it to be as accurately cut as possible, because cardboard's a little bit harder to cut it a bit out a bit loose to start off with. If you're going to do this too, a pizza box is good for this. A pizza box would be good for a chest plate too, depending on how big you are. Although I'm not condoning going out and buying a pizza just to make yourself a suit of armour. Okay, you don't want to be the Black Knight of Dominoopolis or something like that. So, you know, someone might have one lying around or something like that. Don't use Hell's Pizza's ones, okay? The reason that is A, Hell's Pizza is really expensive to convince mum and dad to buy so you can build a suit of armour, but B, and most importantly, Hell's Pizza boxes have perforations in them. And perforation is little tiny holes, and those little tiny holes are in there so you can pop the lid out of the box and it turns into a coffin to store your leftover pizza. Okay, it's like a gimmick that they do on their pizza boxes, and so that would be just no good for making this suit of armour, because the perforations, while you're trying to cut, it'd fall apart, or if you're playing with it and someone gives you a good whack, like, hey, let's try this out and see if it actually works, and then you get a good old whack with it and the bottom of your suit of armour falls off. So yeah, Domino's is a good one, and obviously Pizza Hut. But like I said, I'm not condoning buying a pizza so you can make a suit of armour. The best place to go for cardboard, like I said, is go to an electronics store to get the boxes that they send out or protect the electronics in to start with. They'll have like a skip somewhere and just say, I'm doing a school project, can I please have some cardboard? Okay. Or the next best place would be Pack and Save. Okay, Pack and Save always has most of the time has cardboard boxes. Okay, and that should be fine. Okay, so this is actually a really good example here of the corrugations in cardboard. All those little cells, those curved parts of the cardboard, that's where it gets its name from, the corrugations in the cardboard. Sorry, I'll do it over on this side of the camera. Okay, and what I'm trying to do now is just flatten it out. This has no protective purposes whatsoever. It's decorative. Okay, it's about as good as wearing a flower on the front of my armour. A really cool flower. Whoa. Okay, so that's what it's for. Okay, so I've cut it out. I've got my decorative flower, okay, and what I've done is, you can see I've perforated it, okay. Remember that means putting holes in something, okay, and those are gonna line up to these holes here, and this is basically where it's gonna go. So it's just gonna line up on there nicely, and the holes in it are so I can stitch it on. Okay, remember, if I was just gonna do this, you know, normally I would get hot glue gun, duct tape, okay, super glue, a multitude of different things that we can't use for this topic. So what I'm going to use, I've had to put holes in it so we can thread it on there. But what that'll do though is it'll give it quite a cool look as well, because it'll be all stitched together, so that'll be part of the look of the armour. Okay, so I've still got my back piece, so I've got to do a bit of river dance on that, a bit of tap dancing. While I remember too, I hope everyone's holidays are going well and you're doing fun stuff, and you're not like, you're getting outside in this lovely weather and not crumpling concrete at the moment. Cardboard at the moment. So I've got him flat now as well. Okay, so I'm just starting to thread everything together, and I forgot to mention. Now, to make the holes in my cardboard, all I used was a pencil. Now that's one of the benefits of using the cardboard. If it was anything thicker than this, like some kind of plastic, and I've done it with plastic before, real estate signs work really good for this kind of a thing, you'd need more than a pencil. You'd need some kind of needle or a nail or a pair of scissors or something, and that can get quite dangerous, especially for someone who's never done this before and you end up poking yourself or stabbing yourself. The same could be said for a pencil though. Now if I'm using a blunt pencil just in case, and I'm an adult, I recommend that if you've got someone around to give you a hand, like an older brother or something like that, get them to give you a hand, okay? Or mum or dad, just say, I just need you to chuck some holes in this for me. And it could be quite a fun project to work on together. But yeah, try and avoid doing it by yourself, okay? And now what I'm doing is I'm just starting to thread my thing, but if you've ever done sewing before, you know that you need to put a knot in the end so that your sewing doesn't fall out as soon as you stick it on there. So first one through, see, and it doesn't go anywhere, okay? Now the benefit too of using the pencil is it makes your holes nice and fat and easy to thread through, okay? And so I just thread him on, and you'll see that this will come along quite fast before you know it. Okay, I'm going to carry on with this and I'll be back. Okay, so you can see here that I've just sewed it on. I'll just get that a little bit closer. So really basic, okay? This isn't something you're going to wear to cosplay at Comic-Con or Armageddon or anything like that. Okay, this is real basic. Okay, it's more for fun than showing off or anything. Okay, so and then I just stitched it and then tied it up at the back. Okay, remember, like I said at the beginning, very basic. Okay, but we can make it look cooler if we bedazzle it and colour it a bit. Okay, bear with me, we're still going. Okay, just to show you what I'm doing now is I'm just starting to punch holes along the outside and joining my decorative plate onto my main part of my chest plate. Now just along the bottom, I'll show you in a second, I'm just punched 2 holes along the bottom, and all that's doing is I'm just punching 2 holes and then tying with a bit of string my plate onto the bottom. Okay, all that's doing is just holding it in place. So I do 2 more up here. Okay, I accidentally got it a little bit off center, but that's okay, I can adjust that. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment, so bear with me. So what you might find that you want to do with this next part is you want to get like a pen, like a ballpoint pen, or something that's going to help you to make those holes, and then use the pencil to do the rest of the way, because you want the holes to be quite big on this, because remember, this time it's not just a thin piece of cardboard to another thin piece of cardboard, you're doing thin through into a thick cardboard, so it's going to be a little bit more resistant. Okay, so okay, I've got the basics of this down now. Okay, that's the basic part done. Now what I need to do is I need to start getting my chest shoulder plates right. So I know that I've got them the right length, so I don't want to mess around with that too much. But what I do need to do is maybe I'm going to give them a bit of a curve. Okay, so the easiest thing to do is you could get like a milk bottle lid or a jam jar and just give them that curve. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, it just gives it a bit of a nice curve. So we'll leave that one now. And you've got to remember which side is which, and what fits where and how well it fits. Eyeballed it. Okay, bit of a curve. So one for this side, one for the other side. Okay, so now like I said, okay, so they're going to sit like that, and then on the chest plate you want to try and make sure that they get as straight as possible. Okay, so now stand by because of the next exciting part.